Good camera quality.
Man, we're good. Man, it's been a long time, bruh. I hope I'm doing this right. I finally got this kind of situated. My fault if it's loud as fuck. I'm outside and shit. You know what I'm saying? They got the firefighters trying to save somebody, man. I hope them young niggas cool. But, nah, for real though. I just want to say what's up. Shit, this is something that's long overdue. I've been said I was, supposed to be doing videos, talking, just doing some cool stuff, some different stuff. Really, man, here today, I just wanted to talk. Just wanted to talk about a category of mental health. But before that, I do want to give just a small little introduction. So these are some videos I want to start doing where I want to talk about just unpopular topics and also popular topics at the same time. Just my own little thing. I sit outside, enjoy the nature, sunlight, peace and quiet, and just talk, talk about whatever, whatever just is on my heart or it's in my mind or something you guys mention, whoever sees this. It's not really for no set amount of views or anything like that. It's just pure, just talking, just genuineness, and that's it. But I don't want to try to make this long since it's just something like I'm just now starting to do. I do hope I'm doing this right. Any criticism is accepted. So any tips or whatever, I'm not used to this. But yeah, so okay. So yeah, mental health, man. As we all know, that's something that's probably super popular now, I guess, especially like TikTok and stuff. A lot of people going through a lot of things. The whole world's going through something. I'm pretty sure the person watching this is going through something. We all are, whether if it's good or I wouldn't say bad, but just negative. Yeah, but so why I mention that is just mental health is very important. And like this is all off the dome stuff. This is just my personal little podcast or whatever you want to call it. So there's nothing I'm writing down, nothing like that. I'm gonna just start just me just speaking off my mind. So it's just pure real. But yeah, so mental health is very important, especially from the start of your life and as you go through life and then towards the end, as we all know that's bound to happen. But as far as now, the whole world just been through a different shift as far as with the vid, you know what I'm saying? Then just death after death of families and famous people, which do have a lot, which could, and I don't want to say a lot, but is considerate in what people go through because we look up to people. Some people's inspired by artists, actors, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so as far as right now, I think everybody is in the season of growing and wanting more for themselves. And I think mental health is not as talked about as it should be, especially in school, especially in high school, because I feel like that is where you start your growth. That makes sense. That's when I feel like you start to really learn yourself. You start to categorize yourself on who you are, who you hang out with, what you want to do, what do you want your life to look like. And some people, like myself, probably others, probably have started that early on, like middle school, a little bit of childhood. Like you probably have said you want to do 101 things, or you have some people that kind of that say they want to do one thing, and that's really what they've always wanted to do, But yeah, so with mental health, I feel like high school is where it really kicks in, because high school is just like, I feel like, especially if you, from them high school areas where it's kind of rough, it's not really the best education, it's not the best people around, I know, the ones who know, they know, because that's where I came up from. And why I say high school is because coming up in the rough high school areas, in rough areas, man, you see all type of different things, you know. And I feel like that's where it starts. It really gets your perception on life right then and there in those 4 years, you know. And I feel like that's where you start to identify your character, and that's where most people start to go through depression. They start to have large amounts of anxiety, start to have trust issues, relationship issues, the family issues kick in. It's just like, you know, and I don't want to just sit here and talk about negative things, but in today's society, that's typically what happens, you know. And like I say, you know, feel free to share your own experiences, your own opinions. You know, this is not wrong or right, and this is just me talking. And I hope you guys can see the sun is out and stuff. But yeah, so like, and within what's also a big like thing is the home. You know, a lot of people come from broken homes necessarily, you know, or it may be single parent homes. Some people may not have parents. Some people may have no family at all, you know. I myself kind of grew up in the mixture of it. You know what I mean? I know some people who have no parents. I know some people who are single parents, you know, all that, man. And that plays a huge part, especially growing up. Why I say high school again is just, it kicks in everything. And but like, you know, there's really no set topic outside of mental health or no story time or nothing. It's just talking about how important it is, and just, you know, just understanding why mental health will make you or break you. Because my philosophy and how I kind of see it is, what you put in your mind is what your reality portrays, if that makes sense, you know. I feel like, you know, when times are tough, sometimes those are the best things that can happen depending on how you view it. A lot of people go through these things, especially these, like, you know, today's society, younger kids are going through adult issues. Like, it's crazy, you know what I mean? Like, high school, you're still kind of a kid, you know. Probably by your senior year, you can more so look at yourself like a young adult, or kind of your mindset. If you got that sharp mindset, then yeah, because I know how that feels. But, you know, like I say, there's middle schoolers who going through stuff at an adult, you know what I'm saying, that adults go through typically. And it's so crazy because it's like, what, like, you know, really sit back and think like, damn, like, what is really going on? You know, I feel like we're not, as a world, we're not necessarily focused on what's important, which there's, you know, there's a lot of reasons behind that, or, you know, however you feel. But I feel like the youth is important, you know, and I'm still considered youth. I'm only 21, and we are the future. So necessarily, if the youth has nothing but mental health issues and just a lot of just a lot of trauma, you know, childhood trauma, you know, growing up and having whatever issues, you know, that's inside the home, because that's usually where, you know, that's typically where it starts. And then then you go out to high school, now you're around people, and then like a lot of kids now socially awkward. No offense, because I know what it's like, but you know, they'll gatekeep themselves, you know, sit in the crib for months and months, don't really do nothing, you know. And I'm a big video gamer, but I had to understand, like, you need balance, you know. And video games is an escape route for a lot of teens, even a lot of adults, a lot of people, you know. I know how it is to be a gamer, and I feel like at the same time, you gotta have that balance of escaping the real world, but then learning how to be in the real world. You know what I mean? And like I say, just mental health. You know, there's a lot of things that you can do to help you and like progress to have better mental health, because some people feel like they're depressed but I think sometimes they put themselves into depression in a way. You know what I'm saying? Don't take that the wrong way. Because sometimes what you're going through is what's needed for you to have a big change. You know, some people be like, you know, I want to do this. I want a better life. I want a better car. I want a better house. Or, you know, I want this. I want more money. Okay. So you have to sit back and think, where I am now, am I ready for this big change that I'm manifesting, or that I'm asking for, that I'm praying for, you know, that I'm working towards, you know, and really ask yourself. And if you're not 100% within your heart, within your mind, within your soul, if you're not 100% ready for this change, then you're going to have to go through certain things to carve you into that person that is ready. You know what I mean? And so it's like, that's why you need, when you are going through tough times, it's only tough because you feel weak. You know what I mean? You feel weak mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you know, even it could be even physically. And I feel like, you know, I've went through a lot, you know, of mental issues, right? Going through life, being around people, having certain things going on in your life, you know, like I said before, you know, when I first started, we're all going through something, you know what I mean? And it may not be as drastic or nothing, and I count my blessings, you know, and even when you're going through bad things, like I just said, there's some good things, you know what I'm saying, that are still happening. It's just, if you focus on the negative all the time, that's all you see, that's all you ever recognize. So it'll feel even worse as you go through the negativity. You know, like people say they're going through hell. So if you're going through hell and that's all you're paying attention towards, you never realize some of the blessings that you also have as you're going through hell. You know what I mean? As you're going through them rainy days and tough days, them sleepless nights, them nights where you're up alone crying, you know what I'm saying? But to you know, one way to keep myself level, keep myself aligned, is always remember, like, you know, I woke up today, you know, somebody else didn't. Even when you feel like you have nothing, you have nobody, like, you know, everybody believes in whatever they believe in, whether you believe in God, you believe in nothing, whatever, you know, that's your freedom too. There's nothing wrong with that, you know, but if you're waking up, then it's meant for you to continue to keep going. You know what I mean? Because somebody didn't. You know, and then sometimes when you are going through things, I always think, like, is there, you know, there's somebody that could be going through even worse. So that's where I get that count your blessings, you know what I'm saying? Be thankful for at least a little bit of things, because them little bit of things add up, you know what I'm saying? Because you may not have $1 million. Yeah, it may feel like nothing. You may feel broke as hell, but if you got $100 in your pocket, there's somebody who's homeless and shaking a cup needing quarters. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, are you down bad, or you not necessarily being thankful for what you have? Because if you're thankful for what you currently have in the moment, then you're not only opening up yourself to being thankful for the more that you will receive. You know what I'm saying? And like like the saying, you know, you never know what you have until you don't have it. So sometimes when you have that bread and you feeling good, you doing your thing, you're not necessarily counting your blessings. So when you lose it, then you feel like nothing. You feel down bad, you feel broke, you feel miserable, you hate the world. But was it stripped from you because you weren't being thankful for it? Or are you just going through life, and sometimes that happens? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when you're going through life, whether it be positive, negative, whatever the case, it's all about perspective. You know what I mean? And it's like just how you view what you're going through, how you view what you do. And why perspective is so important, because only you can see that. Now, you're going to have people who can also see maybe the same thing or similar, or they may not see it at all. And the ones that don't see it at all, those are the ones that you tend to not be around, because y'all always have that misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just mental health is a big thing, bruh. I don't think it's really talked about in high school enough. You know what I mean? I don't think it's really educated properly. Sometimes, not saying about people who make content. I'm just saying in a general standpoint where people can go and actually get educated on how to build themselves, how to love themselves, how to take care of themselves. Because ultimately, that should be the most important, is taking care of you and doing necessary things to keep you up to par. Because only you can keep you moving forward, no matter how many people, no matter how many great people tell you. You know what I'm saying? Your inspiration could be right next to you and tell you the golden ticket on how to win and how to be better and how to, you know what I'm saying, live a life. But if you don't believe you can do it, if you don't feel that you're worthy, then that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, if you are going through something, and for whoever's watching this, always remember that every day it gets easier. You know, and I am a person who believes in that. I know just a little bit about me. One time I was going through something, and that was something my mom told me, and I didn't necessarily believe it 100%. I didn't think she was wrong. I didn't believe it within myself until the results started to show. As the more I even knew the days where it felt unbearable to move forward. The days where you felt like you want to give up, you want to say fuck the world, but really thinking like, you know, let me live in today and not worry about tomorrow until tomorrow comes. You know, when you really going through some, I feel like there's two ways you can go about it. Is focus on what's going on that day, or think about is if today is gonna matter 5 years later. You know what I mean? Or you can set your own time frame however you like. You know, you customize it however you want. But just if you kind of get the message behind it. So a lot of times I was altering. Sometimes I was thinking in the day of, in the moment. I was living in the present. I'm telling myself, you know, I get through today, tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, it'll be just at least 1% easier. You know what I mean? And I truly believe that. And so for anyone that is going through something, or, you know, you may not believe it in the moment, but when you start just giving a little bit of effort towards it and trying it, you know, even for like a couple days, for a week, and it's just 1%, not a lot. Don't expect a lot because you're just started. This is with anything you do. Don't necessarily expect a big amount of results, because it just doesn't work like that. It's repetition behind it. So, you know, you start just a little bit by little bit by little bit, build the habit of seeking more positive, you know, and the nights when you're feeling it down, the nights you feel like shit, the nights you feel like you ugly or you not worthy, you know, you gotta understand how your mind work. Your subconscious doesn't know what's real or what's fake. It only knows what's it seeing and what you tell it. So if you constantly tell yourself in your thoughts, you allow negative things being said to you, and you tell yourself negative things, what is your subconscious bound to believe? You know what I mean? So you have to flip it. Excuse me. You have to flip it. You have to just tell yourself positive things, even if you may feel like it's not right here in the moment. You may not feel like the sexiest man on the world or the prettiest girl in the world, but tell yourself that anyway. And in just a little bits, watch. And when you tell yourself, you can look in the mirror, you can come out in nature and look up to the sky, you know, and talk to yourself. Self-talk is huge. It's huge. I feel like it's one of the number one things that gets people from where they are to where they end up next, from poverty to success, you know, from being down and out to being happy. You know what I mean? It's what you tell yourself, though. You know, it doesn't matter what the world says, because they can tell you something one day and then flip it and say something else tomorrow. But you know who you are, and only you can do and make the changes that, you know, like, I say that wrong. Only you can make you do whatever it is that you want to do. Other people or things influence you. They don't make you do it, though. You know what I mean? But yeah, so My fault if I'm looking off. I'm one of them observer type people. I do hope y'all can hear me well. I don't know how long this video is, but yeah, let me know if you guys want me to keep doing some more of this, or you can tell me topics, and I'll just like give my personal talk about them. Like I said, these are not right or wrong. These are just me just genuine talking. I don't have no notes. I don't have nothing. I came here with just a clear mind of wanting to talk, and you never know what anybody's going through. So whoever hears this, I hope at least something you take away that makes you feel a bit more confident in yourself, heightens your self-esteem a little bit, or just makes your day, because I may not know you, may have never met you, whatever, or I may know you, we may not talk as often, but I still care. I would still love for you to feel that you are worthy, because we all matter. In our own worlds, we all matter. We all deserve what it is that you desire, but it takes you to make that forward movement in order for it to start happening. You know what I mean? So I'd say, yeah, just keep moving forward. If you're feeling alone, just know you sometimes need tough times to build towards what it is that's there waiting for you. That makes sense. I hope I didn't offend nobody or make anybody upset or whatever. That's never my intent. But yeah, so that's really all I got for this short video, hopefully. But yeah, nothing but peace and love. Wish you guys have a great rest of your day, and just keep winning. Peace.